We are 3 points out of a playoff spot. 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 points out of a playoff spot right now. The Flyers have me so amped up, I put on a jersey. This is unbelievable. This is Flyers hockey. I don't know why I'm surprised. This is what the Flyers do. The extreme ups and downs. And right now the Flyers are in an extreme up, and we are actually 3 points out of a playoff spot. Columbus falling to the New York Islanders today helped us insanely. We take care of business against the Ottawa Senators. No Jake Voracek. A game where we can easily just overestimate or underestimate our opponent. Especially once you start the game out flat. You're actually down 1-0. But once we got rolling, the puck possession was ours. We pretty much had the entire flow of the game. The Ottawa Senators absolutely stink. And I know the game was only 3-2, but the Flyers really did just dominate this entire game. Brian Elliott showed up big time. Raffle with 2 points. Scott Lawton on the board. Shane Gostisbehere gets an apple. The Flyers really did just take care of business. But the storyline after this game isn't necessarily the game they just played. But it's how much ground we actually made up. With 13 games to play, I sit here right now and say, whoa, this is striking distance. Now, the Hurricanes have 81 points, and they're playing right now. It's the second period has now ended, and they're up 1-0 on Colorado. It would suck for them to win, but that second wild card spot is in such striking distance. It's unbelievable. But we do need to factor this in. The next 3 games are lethal. The next 3 games can really determine this thing as we play the Washington Capitals at home. Back-to-back, we go to Toronto, and then we play the Penguins in a 4-day stretch. So Thursday, Friday, back-to-back at home against Washington and on the road against Toronto. And then you're off Saturday, bang, Sunday, you're in Pittsburgh. That's a really tough stretch. And keep in mind, we do not have Jake Voracek for the game against the Caps. Also, I'm curious to see how Scott Gordon plays out this goaltending situation. Because we had Carter Hart be able to strap up. And we're rocking with Brian Elliott, but I respect that decision without a doubt. Listen, the guy's playing really well. I'm all for Carter Hart being the future, but right now this is a different scenario when you rock the hot goalie. Keep in mind, 3 games in 4 days, there's going to be a time where Brian Elliott does have to sit down, and I'm sure Carter Hart will be the guy. I am just absolutely baffled for some reason. For some reason. It shouldn't surprise me knowing this is what we do, but I am still surprised considering how low we really were. So, like I said, Raffle with a big night. He had a goal and an assist. Sean Couturier gets an assist. Konechny, Oscar Lindblom gets on the board for the Flyers with a goal. Nolan Patrick gets an assist. Some guys got on the score sheet, and it was 3-1. We scored 3 goals in the second period. Once it was late third, the Ottawa Senators scored a goal with about 2 minutes left, but we ended up getting the job done and winning the hockey game. There wasn't much... I'm not going to say there wasn't much energy, but just understanding the opponent. There wasn't a lot of hype involved with this game. I think we just knew we had to go in there, take care of business against a team that's not on our level, and finish the job and get the 2 points. And it's not easy to do that. With the hot run that we're on, it's not easy to get a win in a trap game situation. This was a trap game, and you're down 1-0 early. It was a good test for the Flyers to fight back, and they really did just dominate after that. And you can just see, man, the Ottawa Senators are a dumpster fire, 23-41-6. And I said this before when I looked at the Flyers schedule, but we are not their schedule, their record, 34-27-8. Mind blown. Mind blown. Mind blown. I actually tweeted this out, too, in regards to Scott Gordon. I am all in. I actually am all in. I said before when we were talking about Quenneville, when all the Hackstall firings went down, I said there's no way Scott Gordon can really do this. No matter what he does, there's no way Scott Gordon can really make this happen over getting a real coach. He did just that. I'm on board. Now, I'm okay with obviously going to get a Quenneville, and there's no reason to have this discussion now. I want to finish out this ride and just enjoy it for what it is, but I'm just saying I'm okay with getting Quenneville, but I am totally okay with keeping Scott Gordon, and I think this organization has definitely thought about that without a doubt. This guy has done a tremendous job. Tremendous. The systems work. The team's playing hot. The lines are flowing, even though he does a lot of switching, changing, and sometimes the 7D thing. And it's just, everything's clicking right now. The guys are playing. The young guns are playing. The systems, especially in the neutral zone, are doing well. The defensive zone is doing way better than it was with Hackstall. Everyone is just on the same page right now. And I keep dating back to Claude Giroux early in this season when it was bad. And you know what he said? We're going to make the playoffs. We're going to make the playoffs. We're going to make the playoffs. And that's such a captain thing to do. It's such a hockey captain thing to do. It ain't over. We're going to do it. And I sit here now, 3 points out, and say, it's possible. Keep in mind, I mentioned that 3-game stretch. The game after that is the Montreal Canadiens, another team we're battling with for a wild card spot, and that's at home. So really, the next 4 games are insane in regards to points. But the way this team is playing, how can I count them out? How? I want to know your thoughts down below on this Senators game. I want to know what you thought about it. The slow start, going down early, and just dominating after that, and getting the job done. Getting the 2 points and moving on to the next one. Brian Elliott playing well. I want to know your thoughts on this stretch coming up. We had a tough outing against Washington last time. We were down 5-0. Now, we fought back to make it 5-3, but that wasn't pretty. Remember Toronto early in this season? Embarrassing. And I believe there was a Hockey Night in Canada game, if I remember correctly. It might not have been, but I'm pretty sure it was. Embarrassing. I can't forget that one. We all know about Pittsburgh. I don't even have to explain to you that one. This team never fails to surprise me. It's funny to me that I even get up as if I'm surprised. This is what they do. This is normal. This is normal. But somehow I sit here and say 13 games left, 3 points away. It's unbelievable. Now, at this moment, I'm going to check to see how the Hurricanes are doing. Because I know it was... I've got Google images of actual Hurricanes. End of the second still, 1-0, Carolina. A loss here would be very crucial. Would be very beneficial for the Flyers. And we kind of do need it. But listen, this is where we're at. I don't just throw this on for any day, for any how do you do. I throw this logo on when they really, do something special, or I go to a game, or I leave the stadium series early. That's when I put this bad boy on. I came downstairs, I slapped it on, and said, this is deserving tonight. Not so much because of the win, not so much because beating the Ottawa Senators. We are 3. Look at my fingers. 3 points out of a playoff spot. I could have never imagined being in this spot. I could have never imagined being in this position. And here we are. I mean, I just want to crack up laughing. Here we are. You got to give credit to this team. They are not going away. They are not going away. This is the hottest stretch I really feel like I've ever seen. That's what the Flyers are doing to me right now. Look at me. I just said this is the hottest stretch I've ever seen the Flyers team play. The hell is going on with me? What is going on with this team? This is what they do to me. They drive me crazy. They drive me nuts. So down below, I want to hear all your thoughts. Hit that thumbs up button for the big victory today. I'm curious also on your Scott Gordon take. What are your thoughts on Scott Gordon? Because I am sold. I think I'm actually sold. I want him back. I'm a fan of his work. I'm a fan of the locker room culture. I'm a fan of everyone buying in. I'm a fan of this whole entire core playing strong. I'm sold on Scott Gordon. If you told me this 3 months ago, 4 months ago, I would have never, ever, ever, ever believed you. Ever. Ever. This team drives me nuts. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.